Okay, let's dive in. Just picture this. Someone, right, carefully packing, passport, visa, these old photos holding so much, all going into this gray messenger bag. It's a trip home, nearly 10 years. You can almost feel the weight of that bag, can't you? That sort of pull.
Yeah, definitely. And that bag, the gray one. It's interesting how it immediately becomes this symbol right from the start. It's not just carrying his papers, it's holding, I don't know, the emotions, the time that's passed. It's almost like a character itself.
Totally. It carries the weight of expectation, for sure. And that image, that's our way into this deep dive today. We've got something pretty unique, a short novel, really personal, shared by one of you listening. So our mission, like always, is to get into this story, pull out the main ideas, maybe some surprises, and, well, the feeling behind this homecoming that goes, well, really wrong.
And sometimes these personal stories, they shine a light on bigger human things, belonging, identity in a way that maybe drier facts can't. It's a very close-up view.
So let's talk about Varun. He's from Chicago, and he's just buzzing with excitement. It's March 31st, 2013. His flight to Nepal is tonight. He hasn't been back in, 9 years, 7 months? A long time. He's got the whole day planned out before heading to the airport, seeing his cousin, Himal, friends, hitting his favorite spots one last time. You feel that excitement, right? That buildup.
Oh, absolutely. The detailed plan,
Yeah.
it really shows how huge this is for him.
Mm.
Like he needs to capture every last bit of his Chicago life before stepping back into Nepal. It does make you wonder, though, when we build up a homecoming so much, are we setting up this perfect picture that, well, reality might not match?
Good point.
Mm.
And right away, there's maybe a hint that things aren't quite lining up. Varun's up super early, excited for the train to Kamal's, but it's February, which seems like a small detail, but he's dressed in his favorite hoodie and sneakers.
Mm.
Clearly, the thought of seeing everyone is way more important than, the actual freezing weather.
That clothing detail, yeah. It seems minor, but it does suggest a little disconnect, doesn't it? Between how he feels inside, all warmth and anticipation, and the cold reality outside. He's maybe a bit out of sync already.
And that feeling grows when he gets to Himal's place. It's quiet, no cars, just a sticky note. Yellow, gone for the day. And then it hits him, his phone. He left it behind. Suddenly that little mistake feels huge. Like, how can he connect now? That first bit of unease starts creeping in.
Yeah, it really highlights how much we depend on phones now. But even back in 2013, forgetting it meant real isolation, real potential for things to go wrong communication-wise. You wonder if that early isolation is kind of foreshadowing.
Definitely feels like it. The afternoon just turns into this wandering, aimless, so different from the celebration he'd imagined. And then the airport, he gets there hoping maybe they're just late, stuck in traffic, but nobody comes. He tries to stay optimistic, but you can sense that disappointment building, those missed goodbyes.
It's quite poignant, really. He's right there on the edge of this massive change, and these little missed connections already make him feel adrift before he's even left. Makes you think, is going home just about the place? Or is it really about reconnecting with the people?
Then he lands in Kathmandu. It's a big shift. The airport security is really relaxed, which is weirdly comforting at first. Familiar, maybe, even if it's a bit disorganized.
That sense of place, yeah.
Yeah.
Even chaos can feel like home sometimes.
But then comes the airport mess, the poor management, and his luggage is lost.
Right, so another snag. The smooth return he pictured, it's already hitting these bumps. Like the homecoming itself is throwing up roadblocks.
So instead of waiting, he decides to walk home. Sinamangal to Baneshwar, a route he knows like the back of his hand from when he was a kid. But Kathmandu, wow, it's changed. So many more people, cars everywhere, new buildings shooting up. He describes it as walking through chambers of echo. Streets he knows, but they feel ghostly, like echoes of the past. He knows his family moved, they have a new house nearby, but it feels like a minor point to him then.
Chambers of echo. That's powerful.
Yeah.
It really nails that feeling, doesn't it? Coming back to somewhere deeply familiar that's also become strangely alien because of time and change. And knowing the new house location almost seems like an afterthought for him, like his mind is still mapped to the old reality.
So he turns onto his old street, sees his childhood home, and right there, next door, is this new place, 2 stories, made of stone. But then he sees people. A lot of people just standing around on the street, and some are even on the roof of the old house. It's just odd, unsettling. You immediately think, why? Why are they all there? What's going on?
Yeah, the people on the roof especially. That's immediately strange. It really ramps up the feeling that something isn't right. Not the welcome you'd expect. The suspense definitely builds there.
He goes into the new house, takes it in, marble floors, different layout. But the feel of the place, It's quiet, but like a heavy quiet, somber. He heads upstairs. He's still thinking about surprising his parents, picturing their faces, and then he hears it. Sobbing. Coming from their room, he just stops. That whole idea of a surprise just vanishes, replaced by this cold, creeping dread.
That sound. The shift from his imagined happy reunion to the actual sound of grief. That's the moment everything turns, isn't it? The homecoming you dreamt of is just gone, shattered.
He peeks into what he thinks is his room, sees his sister's kids asleep, which is kind of sweet but confusing in the middle of this weirdness. Then he opens the balcony door and sees this crowd in the backyard, near a Tulasi plant. Everyone's staring at something on the ground, covered by a white sheet. Oh man, you just get this chill, don't you? The Tulasi plant, too, that's significant in Hindu tradition, often linked with mourning, adds to the heaviness.
Definitely. The covered shape, the sacred plant nearby, it screams loss. Finality. Varun and us were right on the edge of finding out something terrible.
And then the reveal. He gets closer, dread just washing over him. He sees the face under the sheet. It's a Tam. His own face. There's a long mark, stitches. He tries to talk, tries to touch his cousin Anjit, his sister Omnima, but his hand just goes right through them. He's there, but he's not. He's a ghost, watching his own arrival.
Wow. The ultimate shock, discovering your own death and trying to connect, but being completely unable to. It just hammers home his state, that absolute gap between him and the world he thought he was returning to. It's just tragic irony.
A priest shows up. They pull the sheet back completely, and you see the clothes. His tan hoodie, the jeans, those navy sneakers, the exact clothes he wore that morning, the ones that showed how eager he was. He tries to scream, make them notice him. Nothing comes out, he feels. Weightless, he backs away, runs inside, desperate, looks in the bathroom mirror like there's no reflection, nothing.
Seeing his own clothes, that is brutal.
Yeah.
He connects him so directly to the life he just had, highlighting how sudden it all was. And the viewer, that's the chilling confirmation, isn't it? He's not part of this world anymore.
So he has to watch his parents. Their grief is just raw. His mom, hysterical. His dad, just crushed, holding her. And he sees it then, near their bed. His gray messenger bag. That symbol of his journey. Just lying there.
The bag again. Seeing it there amongst all that sorrow, it's incredibly powerful. It was meant to carry his hopes home, and now it's just this relic of that journey, soaked in their grief.
Then he overhears his uncle on the phone, explain what happened. There was a party, a celebration with friends back in Chicago. He insisted on driving afterwards. An accident. Just 15 minutes from his apartment. He didn't make it. His friends, totally shocked, arranged everything, sent his body and his belongings home. That gray messenger bag. It literally became his passage home. Just not the way anyone imagined.
Hearing the explanation like that, it fills in the gaps, but it's just devastating. The everyday detail of his friends sending his things, especially that bag, it just twists the knife, the unintended meaning it took on.
And as he hears this, Varun feels himself fading. The sounds of his family crying get dimmer. The room blurs. He whispers, "I love you," but no one hears. But other sounds get louder. A shanka, bells ringing, more insistent. He feels lighter, like he's being lifted, floating towards a back porch, towards his own body lying there. And the last thing is this feeling of dispersing, like feathers blowing away on the wind as those shanka sounds get louder and louder.
That image of dispersing.
Yeah.
It's sad, but also kind of beautiful in a way. A final letting go, maybe the soul leaving the physical, the sounds of the shanka and bells marking that spiritual departure, a release.
So wrapping this up, wow, this story, it starts with all this hope for return and then just twists into this shocking, heartbreaking discovery. And that gray messenger bag starts as a symbol of coming home, ends up being the vessel for his final, unexpected trip.
Yeah, I think the core here is really about what homecoming means. It's not just getting to a place, is it?
Yeah.
It's about connection, belonging. And it really drives home how fragile life is, how things can change in an instant, how different our plans are from fate, maybe. Makes you think about those unseen paths we're on.
Absolutely. This deep dive into your novel, listener, it really leaves you thinking, what is going home, really? And what journeys are we all taking, maybe without even knowing it? Carrying our own gray messenger bags filled with hopes and memories, and maybe futures we can't see yet. Perhaps the real point isn't just the arrival, but that connection, the love that seems to echo even beyond. Well, beyond everything else, something to really mull over.